8 Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10, the Pastimes of Supreme Lord Ramchandra, text number 8. Yaha Satyapasha Parivita Pituhu Nidesham Strainyasya Api Shirasa Jagre Sabharyaha Rajyam Shriyam Pranayinaha Suhrudaha Nivasam Tyaktva Yayau Vanam Ashun Iva Muktasangaha Ya Satyapasha Parivita Piturnidesham Strainyasya Chapi Sirasa Jagre Sabharyaha Rajyam Shriyam Pranayinaha Suhrudo Nivasam Tyaktva Yayau Vanamasu Niva Mukta Sangaha Ya Satyapasha Parivita Piturnidesham Strainyasya Chapi Shirasa Jagre Sabharyaha Rajyam Shriyam Pranayinaha Suhrudo Nivasam Tyaktva Yayau Vanamasu Niva Mukta Sangaha. Please chant. Satyapasha Parivita Piturnidesham Strainyasya Chapi Sirasa Jagre Sabharyaha Rajyam Shriyam Pranayinaha Suhrudo Nivasam Tyaktva Yayau Vanamasu Niva Mukta Sangaha. Parivita Piturnidesham Ainyasya Chapi Sirasa Jagre Sabharyaha Nainaha Suhrudo Nivasam Matajis? Shapasha parivita viturnidesham Srainyasya chapi shirasa jagre sabharyaha Rajyam shriyam pranayinaha suhrudo nivasam Sayovanamasu sangaha Yaha Lord Ramchandra, who Satyapasha parivita pituhu of his father, who was bound by the promise to his wife. Nidesham, the order. Strainyasya, of the father who was very much attached to his wife. Cha, also. Api, indeed. Sirasa, on his head. Jagre, accepted. Sabharyaha, with his wife. Rajyam, the kingdom. Shriyam, opulence. Pranayinaha, relatives. Suhrudaha, friends. Nivasam, residence. Tyaktva, giving up. Yayo, went. Vanam, to the forest. Asun, life. Iva, like. Mukta Sangaha, a liberated soul. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Carrying out the order of his father, who was bound by a promise to his wife, Lord Ramchandra left behind his kingdom, opulence, friends, well-wishers, residents and everything else, just as a liberated soul gives up his life, and went to the forest with Sita. Purport. Maharaj Dasarath had 3 wives. One of them, Kaikeyi, served him very pleasingly, and he therefore wanted to give her a benediction. Kaikeyi, however, said that she would ask for the benediction when it was necessary. At the time of the coronation of Prince Ramchandra, Kaikeyi requested her husband to enthrone her son Bharata and send Ramchandra to the forest. Maharaj Dasharatha, being bound by his promise, ordered Ramchandra to go to the forest according to the dictation of his beloved. And the Lord, as an obedient son, accepted the order immediately. He left everything without hesitation, just as a liberated soul or great yogi gives up his life without material attraction. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamalini Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Apadam Apartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namah Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all of you for this on this wonderful festival, Sita Navami. Today I consider myself very fortunate that I'll be able to speak something about Shri Sita Mata by the blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas and other devotees. My favorite, last 3 years I have been speaking on Sita Navami. So last year, the same day, I spoke very elaborately on the Sitaji's marriage ceremony with Lord Ramchandra. So it will be available on YouTube. But today I will speak something more, just like how Sita convinced Rama to go with him to the forest and some other pastimes. During Ravanasura's time, nowadays our Sevatula Prabhu and all, they are very lucky. They are doing yajna and all. They don't have to pay any tax. But during Ravanasura's time, he imposed a tax. Like Aurangzeb, he put a jizya by tax, some tax. Like that, he converted all many Hindus to Islam. Like that, Ravanasur, also bigger demon than Aurangzeb. He used to collect tax from sages who wanted to perform sacrifices. Every time they want to perform any sacrifice, they have to give 1 liter blood. They have to take 1 liter blood and give it to Ravanasur. Like that. So during that time, they collected so much blood. And blood is a useless thing. Nowadays, so many accidents take place and all. They have blood banks and all. But that time, no accident, no cars, right? We have not heard, bullock cart crashed and then somebody died, like that. So they collected blood, and then the doctors in the Lanka, they have warned Ravanasur that this blood has become spoiled, contaminated. If you keep this blood for some more time, the whole Lanka will be infected with a pandemic, COVID, right? Everybody will die. So what to do? So overnight, you have to do something, by tomorrow morning. So once it so happened, during Digvijay Yatra, Janak Maharaj and Darshan Maharaj combinedly, they had defeated Ravanasur. So he had that grudge against Janak Maharaj. He said, take this blood and put it in Mithila Nagar. Throw it in the Mithila Nagar. Because of that, Mithila Nagar suffered, Janakpuri, they suffered from drought for many years. And the Brahmanas, they have, Janak Maharaj consulted the Brahmanas and said, what to do now? What to do? So they said, you personally perform yajna, and for that, you personally plow the land. Plow the land. Like that. So Janak Maharaj personally plowed the land with a golden plow. And then he found, while during that plowing, he found a box, and in that he found this beautiful girl, Sita. Because the edge of the plow, very sharp, that is called Sita. Yeah, that is called Sita. So this is narrated by what I am going to say now, told personally by Sita, that to Anasuya Devi, during the one was that I was actually, so Sita ji, he is known as Ayonija. Ayonija means there are various types of taking birth, but Ayonija is the highest in the sense that she is not contaminated by staying in a womb of a mother. Ayonija. So, like that, Draupadi is also Ayonija. Right? Some ladies are there in Vedic history who are, Ayonija, like that. So, Sita ji is Ayonija. So she said that I am known as I was found. When I was found, and then the Janak Maharaj found me, he was admiring my beauty. How beautiful girl! What a beautiful girl she is. And then there is Akashavani, Devatas, they indicated that Janak Maharaj, my dear sir, Raja, you accept this girl as your daughter. As your daughter. She will be known as your daughter, and then you bring her up. And then when she grows up, marry her off to your suitable prince. She will bring fame to your family. Like that. So that is why, so her Janma is Divya Janma. Sita ji's Janma is Divya. So after that, he got, one more daughter, Urmila, and then two other daughters. His brother also got two more daughters. Like that, there are 4 daughters. And then then Janak Maharaj, he declared that then this Shivadanush came, once Vishwakarma constructed these 2 bows, huge Dhanush. One is Shivadanush, another is Vishnu Dhanush. Right? So somehow this Shivadanush came to the assembly of, he was given to Janak Maharaj for worship. The Shivadanush was kept in the palace of Janak Maharaj for so long. So one day when Sita ji was playing ball, the ball went inside the palace, and then so she was searching, where is the ball, where is the ball? And then it was found out that ball was went below the Shivadanush. She came nonchalantly, picked up the Shivadanush with her left hand, and with her right hand she took the ball and then ran away. Seeing this, the gods and her friends and all, they were aghast, and they ran to Janak Maharaj. And like this happened. And then Janak Maharaj said, I can't believe this. How can anybody lift, a small girl can lift this Shivadanush with her left hand? No. Then the gods and all have certified. In another Purana, this same story was given, that one day she went to pick up the flowers, and then she was not able to reach the height, the flowers. So she came inside, she took the Dhanush, and with that Dhanush she, pulled it below, down, and then plucked the flowers and kept it back. Kept the Shivadanush back. This is another story. Then there's all the gods and all, they rushed to Janak Maharaj and reported this. Then Janak Maharaj said, oh my God, she is not an ordinary girl, so I should not give this girl to an ordinary person. Then he declared that whoever can lift this Shivadanush, only that boy can, will get the hand of my daughter. Then so many princes, they came, they tried. They were not even able to move it. It was so heavy. It was so heavy, like that. Even Ravanasura also came. Everybody came, Devatas and Gandharvas, because Sita's beauty is well known, and it spread that, the most beautiful girl in the whole universe. So everybody wanted to marry her. Then nobody was able to lift, just like Draupadi is also. Then all the Rajkumaras, they have rebelled against Janak Maharaj. Said either you, sometimes, in the universities and all, the exam papers are very tough. Then all the students, they go assemble, and then they go demand, give a, simple paper, right? Like that. So they said, you reduce the, competition. Nobody, you just, in order to insult, you have kept this competition. Nobody was able to. Then Janak Maharaj said, no, I can't. Then there was all of them, they combined together, and they started fighting wars with Janak Maharaj. And then Janak Maharaj, he sought the help of Devatas. So for so many years they were fighting. Then Janak Maharaj was sitting and then repenting. Did I do the right thing? That, I kept this condition. Somehow or other. And then the people also have started blaming Janak Maharaj that, what, is he going to keep the girl for all long, because everybody is in love with Sita because she was so much endowed with so many good qualities. Everybody was praying that a very beautiful husband she should get. But so Janak Maharaj also, he was very worried. Did I do a mistake? Did I commit a wrong decision that to put this competition? Whoever lifts Shiva Dhanush? Then finally, Vishwamitra Muni came, and then Vishwamitra Muni told Ramchandra in Siddhashram that this something like this, some yajna is going to happen. There is Shiva Dhanush. You can. So Vishwamitra Muni describing the beauty and good qualities of Sita, and he said, if you lift this Shiva Dhanush, you can marry Sita. Just like Rukmini Devi, Shutla Gunan Bhuvana Shunvatam The. Nirvishyakarna Vivarair Harato Angatapam. No, Rukmini Devi, simply by hearing the wonderful qualities and beauty of Krishna, she decided that I will marry Krishna. Like that, Ramchandra, simply by hearing the good, wonderful qualities of Sita, he fell in love with her. Right? He fell in love with her. Like that. So he came, and then you can hear the entire pastime on YouTube. I will tell. Then Vishwamitra Muni said, bring that, Shiva Dhanush. Okay. So it was kept in a box with wheels. That box is being pulled by 300 bulls and 500 wrestlers, very strong bodied persons. 500 of them, they were pushing. Even then, their backs are breaking. Their backs are breaking. So everybody, when the Shiva Dhanush was brought, they were thinking, oh, Mount Meru has come or what? Or Mantara mountain has come or what? Or some people, they felt as if rainbow has appeared, because it was decorated with nice colors and all. Because including Janak Maharaj, nobody was able to lift that Shiva Dhanush. They were only worshipping it. Kunkuma, haldi, and then flowers every day. That's all, Shiva Dhanush, like that. Anyway, Lord Ramchandra looked at Vishwamitra Muni. Vishwamitra Muni, he a very dear disciple of Vishwamitra Muni, Lord Ramchandra. He, Vishwamitra Muni gave some signs, with his eyes. Yeah. So Ramchandra went and then did parikrama, circumambulation of the chariot, this Shiva Dhanush. And he looked at Ramchandra. Should I, as Vishwamitra Muni, should I lift it? Vishwamitra, yeah. Then he took it out with very nonchalant attitude. He just offered prayer to Shiva Dhanush, and then he just with his left hand he lifted it. And then immediately he tried to tighten the string. Then it broke. Except for Janak Maharaj, Vishwamitra Muni, and one or two other sages, everybody fainted. Everybody fainted. And then there is a huge commotion, and after some time they came back to consciousness. Then Janak Maharaj was jubilant. Now, finally, after all, it is not a wrong decision. That I found that, because as soon as he saw Ram, he became so fascinated by the beauty of Rama. Then as soon as Rama entered the Janak Maharaj assembly, he immediately prayed to their Ishtadeva, oh, let this boy be my son-in-law. So when Ramchandra was walking on the streets, all of the people, they were praying that, oh, let this beautiful boy be the husband of our Sita. They were all praying like that. And then some girl, she ran to Sita's palace and said, somebody broke the Shiva Dhanush. Come. And then Sita was also very jubilant. And then she brought the garland and all. So Janak Maharaj was jubilant, Vishwamitra Muni was jubilant, very happy, and then all the people of Mithilanagar were happy that finally it is happening. And then to their shock, to the utter disbelief of Janak Maharaj, Ramchandra said, I cannot marry Sita without the permission of my father. Dharmajna, Lord Ramchandra, because the right to choose the eldest Bahu goes to father-in-law. Only the boy's father only can choose the wife for the eldest son. The son has no right to choose his own wife. Right? Because eldest Bahu, she will protect the family. She will, So depending on the behavior of the eldest Bahu, the lifespan, lifespan of the father-in-law depends. If the wife, the Bahu is very nice, takes care of, then his lifespan will increase. That is why the right goes to either. So he said, I will not marry Sita without the permission of my father. So previously everybody fainted. This time Janaka Maharaj turned to faint. Hare, kya ho gaya? Abhi kaisa, the person who broke the Shivadanush, he is not willing to marry. Then Vishwamitra Muni said, why are you worried? He is saying, I will not marry at all. He is saying, I will marry with the permission of Darshan. Send somebody who can go very fast. Can go very fast. So meanwhile, Sita ji, friends and all, they were very, very disappointed. Then they were aghast, devastated that what will happen to Sita now? Sita, what she will think? This boy is not going to marry, like that, right? So, but Sita is very happy. She is very happy. Said why? Because she had 3 conditions for marrying any boy. That the boy should have 3 qualities. One is he should be valiant. Right? Another thing is he should be prudent and very good speaker. Third one is he should have self-control. Right? He should have self-control. So he is valiant because very big warrior, that he very easily picked up the Shivdanush and broke it. Right? So she observed when Ramchandra was speaking to Janak Maharaj, she liked very much the way Rama was speaking to Janak Maharaj. Then self-control. See, the girl, she was, heard about her and then all, she was ready that he can marry, but he refused. That means he has self-control. Like that. So, then marriage ceremony happened, right? So, like yesterday I was saying that in Ramayana there are Ratna Shlokas, right? Many Ratna Shlokas. We should meditate on them. So one of them is Is Sita Mama Sutta Sahadharma Charitavaha Praticha Chainam Badramte Panim Gruhinishna Panina. Right? Is Sita Mama Sutta Sahadharma Charitava Praticha Chainam Badramte Panim Gruhinishva Panina. Is Sita. Why Janak Maharaj, Janak Maharaj was saying during Panigrahan ceremony, Is Sita. Why he is saying Is Sita? Because ever since you heard about the girl, that Sita is like this, Sita is like this. So you fell in love with her. So because of Sita's effulgence, you may not be able to see her. That is why he is indicating Is Sita. See, here she is. Here she is. Right. Another meaning, Govinda Raju, there is commentary, Shiva Vaishnava commentary. He says that another meaning is that ever since he heard about Sita, he is seeing Sita everywhere. In the buildings, on the balconies, on the road, everywhere, his Sita Mayam Jagat, everywhere is seeing Sita, Sita. So Janak Maharaj was saying, no, everywhere she is not there, here she is there. Here she is here. Like that. So Mama Sutta means my daughter. She is Ayonija. And then you belong to a very great Surya Vamsha. We belong to Chandra Vamsha. So she was brought up by me personally. So she has got very good, tarbiyat, very good upbringing, like that. So Mama Sutta, because Janak Maharaj is very famous for Dharma and all. And then Sahadharma Charitava. So a wife is not meant for sense gratification only. So she is meant for performing. A man cannot perform any vrata, any yajna, except Ekadasi vrata. A man cannot perform any vrata, without having a wife, following him and all that. So that is why, according to Vedic standards, a man, whatever, even if the wife is very, very bad character, still he should not leave her. In Markandeya Purana, there is a story where one of the Manus, because the wife was troubling her so much, like she was troubling all the time, shouting at her. So he left her. So when he went to perform some vrata, yajnas and all the Brahmin community boycotted him. He said, why? They didn't want to perform any vrata or yajna on his behalf. Why? Because you left your wife. Then he had to take her back. Then only they agreed. Like that was the Sahadharma Charitava. So, Grunish Badramte, then he is saying, why he is saying, catch her hand. Because Govindaraj comments that he might have thought that because he thought that Rama might have thought that because he became delayed in coming and all, Sita ji is very upset. So she may be in pranaya kopa, pranaya kalaha. So maybe he may be thinking that I should catch her feet and beg forgiveness. No. That's not the time. This is not the time to catch her feet. For now, you catch her hand only. Like that, the meaning is given like that. Panigrahanam. Many times I tell this joke. Surya Grahanam. Surya Grahanam lasts for 2 hours 45 minutes. Chandra Grahan lasts for 1 hour 45 minutes. Panigrahanam lasts for 7 lifetimes. So be careful whose hand you catch. Right? Like that. So, like this, Sitaram's Swayamvar happened. A very wonderful marriage ceremony. So, anybody who hears, there is a very detailed description how the tattva behind Sita Kalyanam and all that. Anybody who hears this Sita Ram Kalyanam Mahotsav, they will not have to marry again. Right? They will not have to marry again. So hear this very carefully, like that. So in Ramayana, it is described that Rama's love for Sita, is increasing day by day, seeing the wonderful qualities of Sita every day. But Sita has got double the love that Rama has got for her. Sita's love for Rama is double of Rama's love for her. Her love is not increasing because she is seeing Rama's qualities. Right? Her love is increasing just by thinking that he is my husband. Just thinking that he is my husband. So Valmiki Muni writes. So Ramayanam is nothing else, is love story, prema katha of Sita and Ram. So Sitaya Charitam Mahat. At the beginning, Valmiki Muni, he named the scripture as Sitaya Charitam Mahat. So Sita's Charitra, this Ramayana, later on somehow the name has changed into Ramayanam. But actually, this is Sita's Charitra. If you see all other incarnations, Krishna, Narsingha Bhagavan, Vamandev and all, Lakshmi is always with him. Always with him. Just like for Krishna, Rukmini and Satyabhama, they came. But Satyabhama and Rukmini, they don't participate in the avatar karya of Krishna. Like that, Lakshmi, Narsingha Dev Bhagavan. Like that, But in Ramayana, the story goes on. The entire Ramayana is conducted only with the Sita. Right? Vishwamitra Muni's life has become perfect. After this marriage ceremony, Vishwamitra Muni is not seen in Ramayana anymore because his life became perfect by uniting Sita and Ram. And the same Brahmana, the same Vishwamitra Muni was the Brahmana who united Rukmini and Krishna. And the same Vishwamitra Muni is the Brahmana who united Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lakshmi Priya. That was so. Vishwamitra Muni, why Balakanda? Because there are no pastimes of Ramchandra's childhood pastimes. But why first Kanda is known as Balakanda? Because Vishwamitra Muni, who is a very great Brahmarshi, he became Bala by completely surrendering to Krishna, Ramchandra. That is why it's called Balakanda. So from now onwards, after this marriage ceremony, Sita ji takes forward the story of Ramayana. Right? So they came back. Their love for each other was increasing day by day. Sita ji is very, very happy. Everybody is in love with Ramchandra. Then Darshan Maharaj, he has no other loka except Rama. He just cannot live without Ramchandra. He was so much in love. And then what happened? Once Darshan Maharaj, he was decorating his hair, combing his hair. And then he saw one white hair near the ears. Are Baba! There is one Bridget, some movie actress, France. She became, mentally ill, seeing, one gray hair in her hair, one strand of gray in her hair. Like there is a story. So as soon as young people, they see a strand of hair, white hair, their hearts sink, because Lavanyam Kesharadhanam in Kali Yuga, every time, beautiful hair. So Darshan Maharaj, then he felt. Acharyas, they comment, why the first symptom of graying hair starts near the ear. Near the ear. You know why? Because Yamaraj comes and tells in the ears, Hare Baba, tap on the shoulders. Hare, you're becoming old. Now, you try to leave the house. Why near the ear? Because if he tells loudly, wife and children, they will hear. If he is trying to leave the house, they will protest, Hare, kyun ja rahe ho? Kya kiya hamare liye? They will stop. That is why secretly Yamaraj comes and tells. Right? Abhi to 16 saal ki umr mein baal pak jata hai because of hormone deficiency or whatever. Like that. So, Darshan Maharaj, he called the assembly. Here, there is a secret. He called the assembly. Why he called the assembly? Of all the Samantarajas, kings, the other kings, and then mantris, all intellectual people, all important people, everybody he called in the assembly. He said, I am thinking I am becoming old. I am thinking that I should enthrone my son. I should enthrone my son. Then immediately there was a chorus. Ichamaha Raghuviram Raghunatham Mahabaho. There was a unison. So, lakhs of people have assembled. Everybody in unison. They said Ichamaha Raghuviram Mahabaho. So Maharaj Dasharatha's heart sank, अरे इतना चाहते हैं उन्होंने so Acharya's comment, he thought that अरे why are you are not yet old, some more years you should rule, like that. He expected that they would tell him, but as soon as they said, then he was very little bit depressed and said, अरे am I such a bad king that you just, as soon as I expressed my desire, you didn't even मनाने का कोशिश भी नहीं किया. Huh? No. It is not your mistake. You are a very, very good king. But your only mistake is you have such a beautiful son, Rama. We want him. Then anyway, he was very, very satisfied hearing that. And then he called Ramchandra in the assembly. And then he told this. And then again he called to his palace, to his chambers, and then again he explained Ramchandra like this, like that. Ramchandra was keeping quiet. There is a secret. In Ramayana, there are 4 things like Niti, Dharma, Satya, and Tattva. We should learn this. Niti means morality, honesty and all. So Niti will help you live comfortably in this life. Dharma will give you good life in the next life. Happiness. Right? And there is Satyam, truthfulness. What is the difference between Dharma and Satyam? Dharma is dependent on Satyam. Dharma is something which changes according to time, place and circumstance, according to the human being, living different persons. But Satyam never changes. Truth doesn't change. So why Dasharatha Maharaj called assembly and wanted to declare that Rama will become the king? Because he, according to Dharma, because people wanted Rama to be the king. That is Dharma. Because he has to follow Dharma, Raj Dharma. But there is a secret, because during the time of Kaikeyi, marriage with Kaikeyi, he promised that whoever gives, whoever takes birth from Kaikeyi's womb, he will become the king. But he did not want to make Bharat as the king, because he has so much love for Ramchandra. That is why he took the opinion of all the people and then he followed Dharma and he wanted to make Ramchandra. That is why he did not invite Kaikeyi's family for coronation ceremony, and then he made sure, he told Ramchandra also that when Bharat is not there, it's better to conduct this coronation ceremony. Ramchandra said, yeah. Because Ramchandra also knows. But nobody knew this truth. Kaikeyi also forgot. Like that. And then he called. But Kaikeyi, later on, when Manthara. So then, meanwhile, perfect family life, perfect life, right? Very beautiful wife, 3 very wonderful mothers, wonderful father, loving father, and then loving praja. There is no problem. Then Devatas got worried. If Ramchandra is going to be king and settle down in Ayodhya, who will kill Ravana, sir? You forgot. Just like Krishna, like Sanatana Goswami says, that Krishna was so much immersed in performing pastimes with the Gopas and Gopis that he forgot his avatara karya. Then Narad Muni came and had to remind him, it seems. Hare, if you are settled down in Vrindavan, who will kill Kamsa and other Rakshasas? Oh, okay. Thank you, Narad, for reminding me. Like that. So, they sent mantra. They sent Manthara. Manthara then did all these things, and then Dasharatha Maharaj had to agree. Right? So Dasharatha Maharaj is known as Nari Kavacha. During the marriage ceremony of with Sita, Ramchandra declared that I will remain Ekapatni Vrat. I will follow. You know why? Then all the ladies and all, they became very happy. The whole Ayodhya, Janakpuri, they became very happy because Dasharatha Maharaj married 365 wives. Total 368 wives he has got. So following him, all the men in Ayodhya, they were also marrying. Polygamy became a norm because they are all following Dasharatha Maharaj. And then no woman likes. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a small boy, give all the worshipable items to me. Otherwise, I'll curse you that, you will marry an old man with many wives. So no woman likes, Southern. Right? Because pyar divide ho jata hai. So, people are very happy. So, why Dasharatha Maharaj married so many? Because Parshuram, he had a vow that, if one prince, he is killing all Kshatriyas. If Kshatriya is getting married during that time, I won't touch him. So whenever Maharaj Dasharatha would hear that Parshuram is coming to attack Ayodhya, he will sit with a girl. Oh, Mangalyam Tantuna Lena. So, tying the, knots. Okay, baad mein aayega. So like that, he married 365 wives. Nari, that's why he is known as Nari Kavach. Hari Kavach. Anyway, it is a common thing, like Prabhupada writes in the purport, Srainyasya, because being very attached. Yeah. So this Maharaj Muchukunda praying to Lord Krishna that, my dear Lord, I am such a great king that I went all over the world, conquered so many kings, Chakravarti. Then I even conquered demons. I helped the devatas. But when I come to bedroom, I become conquered by my wife. Just like Madari makes the bandar dance. My wife makes me dance, like a bandar to her tunes. Like that. So every man is like that, She is very powerful. Woman is very powerful. So what happened, like that? So he had to agree. So here Kaikeyi, then she understood Satyam is more important than Dharma. I have to make sure that my husband should not go to hell because he's gone back on his words. Out of love for her husband, Kaikeyi did all this drama. That is why Lord Ramchandra never uttered one single bad word against Kaikeyi. One day he chastised Lakshman like anything. When he was praising Bharat and he criticized Kaikeyi, he chastised Lakshman that so heavily that Lakshman thought, there should be some, the earth should give way to him. So he had no place to hide his face like that. Then he told Darshan Maharaj, when his my dear father, please don't say anything to Kaikeyi. Because he knew like that. And then Kaikeyi, one of the ladies who knew that Rama, everybody doesn't know that Rama is Paramatma, but Kaikeyi is one of the ladies who knew Tara, Mandodari, they all knew Rama was Paramatma. So Kaikeyi, when Bharat was chastising, castigating, you are a, Stri Jati ka kalank hai, Mata Naam ka kalank hai, सब that, if I knew that Ramchandra will not become, if I actually wanted to kill you, but if I do anything wrong to you, Rama will be upset with me. That's why I'm leaving you like that. She didn't say anything. Then Bharat said, I will go to the forest. Kaikeyi was all the while, she was silent. When Bharat said, I will go to the forest, Rama will come here. He said, no. Tum kya karoge? One mein jaake. Let him stay there in the forest. Because she knew the avatar karya of Rama, that he has to go to the forest. Like that. But Kaikeyi took the blame. Till now, everybody blames Kaikeyi that, she was sending Rama away. She sent Rama away for the forest. Then it is in the morning, all the whole night this drama has happened. Then Darshan Maharaj, then Kaikeyi sent Sumantra, you bring Rama. So both Rama and Sita, they were doing yajna and practicing brahmacharya and all that for preparation to, become the king and the queen. Then the Sumantra, the minister, he took Rama to, he said, Darshan Maharaj is calling you to Kaikeyi's Bhavan. Like that. So the entire population of Ayodhya has gathered. Just like, during Rath Yatra ceremony in Puri, so many people they assemble that there is a saying, if you drop the sand will not reach the Jameen floor. So much, so many people come. Like that, lakhs and lakhs of people have come to have a glimpse of Rama. So Rama came out of the palace and then he sat on the chariot. And everybody became fascinated by the beauty of Sri Ramchandra. And then whoever saw Rama, they were not able to turn their head. anywhere. And then even after passing they just started, kept looking at the chariot, and then they're describing. So Valmiki Muni, he composed another Ratna Shloka. So there is a lot of tattva behind this, that Yascha Ramam na pashyetu, Yamcha Ramo na pashyati, Ninditaha sarvalokeshu, Swatma Penam Vigarhate. Right. So only these two sentences are on everybody's lips. What is that? Pashyarama, Yasharama na pashye. Means, have you seen Rama? Everybody was asking, have you seen Rama? First. And then, did Rama see you? If any of these two things have not happened, everybody will blame you, and then your human form of life will be a waste, and then your own Atma will blame you. Nindita Svatmana. There is a lot of tattva. That means first you see Rama, then Rama will see you. So come to the temple, Radharasvihari, and then put your Haziri, attendance. Then Krishna will, Radharasvihari will see you. So all those people who are not coming to Radharasvihari temple, their human form of life is a waste. And then their own Atmas will blame. Right? Kya kiya tune? You didn't go to Radharasvihari temple. Right? Like Radha Govind Maharaj says, that there is one Surdas, one blind man, he was always going to Banki Bihari temple. He was some children, they were mocking at him. Arey Surdas ji, aap kyun mandir aate ho? Kya kisko darshan karne ke liye? Andhe ho? Then that fellow said, Arey main to andha hu, Banki Bihari to andhe nahi na? हमको देखेंगे, he will look at us. So that is very important, You first you come to sadhana, you practice sadhana. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said that, you do perform such service in such a way that don't try to see Krishna, act in such a way that Krishna will see you. Right? So first, so everybody, the whole, then everybody was saying, yes, yes, yes. We have seen Rama, and then everybody felt, yes, Rama looked at me. Yes, Rama looked at me. Everybody felt like that. So this is the beauty of Ramchandra's pastimes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, and Krishna's pastimes. Even during Mahabharata, when Krishna was traveling from Dwarka to Hastinapur, people have heard that Krishna is passing by, and then they all assembled on the streets, both the sides of the road, and then lakhs and millions of people have assembled. And when just Krishna passed by, then they said, wow, now our life has become perfect. And they remained like pictures in the painting, even after the chariot has gone by. And then they were stuck like that. So, in the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, then Rama, it all happened. So, Prabhupada says, and some other Acharya also says, if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, study Ramayana very carefully. Because, these 18 verses, Prajahati Yada Kaman, up to, that last verse of second chapter, there are, Sita Prajna, how a Sita Prajna behaves like that. So, how does a Sita Prajna lives? Ramchandra showed. Prajahati Yada Kaman. So, Ramchandra, he went inside the palace smilingly. Right? Smilingly. And then when he came out saying that, Kaikeyi told, you go to the forest, this and that, Bharata will become king. Just like, sometimes Brajaprabhu calls you, then you go with some anticipation, then very smilingly and all. Suppose he calls you and says, now you're no longer, you are sacked from your post. How will you feel? Pura anyay ho gaya, injustice ho gaya, all that will start, and then you will start crying and all. But because Ramchandra Sthita Prajna, there is no There's not even a small, nobody anticipated. When Ramchandra refused to board on the chariot and refused the chamara and all that, then they got a doubt. Kya kuch dal mein kuch kala hai? When he walked, then he went to the Yajnashala, then he circumambulated all the paraphernalia of, all that, and then he offered obeisances and went. Then something, Hare, he's not, what's coronation ceremony is not happening or what? Like that. Then Ramchandra came, and then there Sita ji is waiting very, because the muhurta for Abhishek is, coronation ceremony is coming very near. There is no sign of Rama. What is no news? What is happening? What is happening? Like that. With anticipation, Sita ji was waiting. Then Ramchandra came. There is not even a trace of any gloom or any distress on the face of Lord Ramchandra. But Sita ji was surprised that there is no Lakshmana behind. There is no chariot. She didn't hear the sound of chariot arriving. She didn't hear the Shanka, Beri and all that. What is happening? What is happening? Then she looked at Ramchandra. Then she immediately asked these questions. What happened, my dear husband? What happened? Why there is no Shanka Beris? Why there are no Mridangas, sounding of Mridangas? Why there is no Chatri? Why there is no chariot? Why did you come walking? Huh? So is everything okay? Why it became delayed? Like that. So she missed, she thought that there is something missing. That's why, in order to assure Ramchandra that I am with you, whatever happens. So she very tightly embraced Ramchandra. Then she was actually doubting something happened. Like that. So, but Ramchandra very smilingly told her that he addressed her as Janakatmaja, Dharmajna and Dharmacharini. Right? Why? Because Dharmajna and Dharmacharini. We are all, some of us, we are Dharmajna, but doubtful Dharmacharini. Means so many people, they know Dharma, but they may not follow Dharma. But he is praising Sita that you are born in a very great family, you know Dharma, and then you are also following Dharma. For a king ruling the kingdom, he is just like sitting in a small boat and controlling the ocean. Sita, you are born in a Raja family. You know what are so many diplomacies and so many intrigues, politics takes place. So I want to inform you that my father asked me to go to forest for 14 years and Bharat will become king. Bharat will become king. So I have come to inform you this. Said, my dear Sita, that I have no regret that my father told me, because he was standing on Satya Pratijna, truthfulness. So I want to carry out his vow. But I have no regret that I have to leave this Rajya. But I am only thinking that how will I live? You are my life and soul. Prana Sakhi. How will I live without you for 14 years? But I have to live. So, my dear Sita, there is a lot of conversation takes place where Rama explains, there is Valmiki Muni explains how a wife should behave when her husband is absent. It's not that wife can go with husband everywhere, right? But when husband is not there, how she should behave, how she should conduct herself, instructions are there. So then said, I am requesting you that in my absence, you are anticipating that I will become the king, Raja. So, but you have a disappointment that Bharat will be the king. I am requesting you, please accept Bharat as your king. Then he said, Kshatriyas are very, very moody. When they will become angry, when they will become happy, we don't know. That is why, don't praise me in front of Bharat. Don't criticize Bharat. Please, if Bharata and Shatrughna, if they have committed any mistakes, Please forgive them, thinking that they are your brothers or sons. Right? He didn't take the name of Lakshman, So Lakshman was hearing outside. Then he said, you do, So in my absence, please take care of my father and the mother, especially my mother, who is very grief-stricken because I am going away. So, especially take care of our deity Ranganathji very nicely. Then develop your spirituality. I will just go 14 years, I will come back. We will unite. And then when here we see, in Ramayana, 3 people's words are very important. Rama, Sita and Hanuman. They speak in the same way. They behave in the same way. They conduct themselves in the same way. Their understanding is same. All the 3 personalities. Rama, Sita and so. So here, Sita ji speaks so beautifully. Right? Speaks so beautifully. So who is Sita? If you see, Rukmini doesn't have any mantra. Satyabhama has no mantra. But Sita ji has a mantra, and many people, they worship Sita with this mantra. Right? Who is Sita? Because Kushadvaja Muni, he studied Vedas, and then he, like that. So with the mantras and yajnas and all, he performed yajnas, and that personified Veda became his daughter Vedavati. And then that Vedavati entered the Bhumi, and then she appeared as Sita. Who is Sita? Here we should understand, Sita is Veda Swarupini. Veda Swarupini. What is Veda? Veda teaches Dharma and Yajna. So Dharma teaches how to live. And then, then what to achieve. Then Yajna will provide you all facilities. So, here, then, through the Vedas is to be known is Ramchandra or Krishna. Vedasya Sarvat Ahame Vedya. So, this Sita ji is walking Vedas. Walking Vedas, Vedavati, walking Vedas. So, that is why she is worshipped with mantra. Like that. So she is speaking very beautifully. Said, first of all, she was crying and then laughing also. Ha ha, Rama. It is mentioned that if a wife takes the name of husband's आयु कम हो जाता है. Nowadays, नाम से पुकार के गाली देते हैं, बोलते राधा गोविंद मारे, hey Deepak, come here. नाम से पुकार के like that. So, but for the first time, she called out Rama, hey Rama. What are you saying? What are you saying? Any other wife, how she would have behaved. अरे ये लोग कौन होते हैं? ये दुष्ट है तुम्हारा माता पिता. How he अन्याय है. He is doing injustice. How he can say just because she asked something, he gave, he is sending it to the forest. Come, let us go. I will talk. Right? Any other wife would have, nowadays present day wives, they would have spoken like that. But Sita ji didn't bother, didn't say all that. She didn't blame Darshan Maharaj or Kaikeyi and all that. First thing she said, I will also come with you. मैं भी आऊंगी, मैं भी चल रही हूं आपके साथ. I will also come. Then she said one very interesting thing. Lot of tattva she is going to tell that, my dear husband, Swami, for all others, Mata, father, mother, sister, brother, everybody has to suffer their own karma. But only husband and wife karmas are interlinked. Why you are not taking me with you? Because, when you are happy in joyful times, I am with you. So in your distressed times, bad days also, I want to be with you, because I have shared your joy. I will share your distress also. Right? I will share your distress also. So she said one very interesting thing, that you may be thinking that I'll be afraid of the all these demons and all that. No, I'm not afraid, because you are the Lord. So you are a very great warrior and the king. When you go to the forest, all the sages will take your shelter, because you will promise that that they will think that you will give protection to them. So if you can protect the sages, so do you think don't you think you will protect me also? So I have no problem. But when I go to the forest, when I come with you to the forest, I will not. I will live as I lived in my cave, my mother's house. I will not talk about my father. I will not talk about my mother. I will not talk about my Janakpuri. Then I will not tell anything that is not pleasing to you, that is displeasing to you. Then she said, I will not demand any extravagant food. Whatever is available, I will eat. Not only that, I will agratiste gamishyami madvanti kushakantakaha. This is another beautiful verse from mine. She says, I will walk before you, ahead of you, clean all the paths. Clean all the paths. Then whatever obstacles are there, kantaka means obstacles are there, I will remove them. So there is a tattva. One is, I will make you, two meanings are there. I will make you comfortable so that you can walk very comfortably. I will clear all the thorns and pebbles and all that. Another is kushakantaka. Kusha, ku means earth. Sha means happiness. The happiness of the earth. What is Ravanasur? Obstacle for happiness of earth is Ravanasur. So I will help you. First, I will go ahead and stay in Lanka. Stay in Lanka. Then I will take care of Ravanasur. Then I will clear the path so that you can come and kill Ravanasur. Right? Kill Ravanasur. Then she said, when I go to the forest, I will enjoy with you in the beautiful lakes filled with lotus flowers. The swans will be, running around. I will watch them and all. Not only that, there will be beautiful trees and greenery everywhere. Very nice birds. Then I will meet great sages and all. Right? So not only that, when I was a child, one astrologer told my father that this girl brings all auspicious, everything nice. But, he said, why, what, but? She will have to live in Vanavas. She will have to live in forest. That is why since my childhood, because I liked forest, and then my horoscope also indicated that I have to live in the forest. So, I will be very, very happy, I will be very, very happy to live in the forest with you, because my life in forest will become very beautiful, comfortable with you. My dear Rama, I am telling you this. I will live with you in the forest not only for 14 years, even if it is thousands of years. I will be very happily live with you. That is because for a woman, husband is the only gati. So, the women should not think that, I have support of my father, mother, brothers and all. Because husband is the only gati, ultimate. I heard that those who live with the husband without complaining and all, they will get uttama gati. Why are you depriving me of this uttama gati? Then she told one very beautiful thing. You may be thinking that there are, because meanwhile Lord Ramchandra said, my dear Sita, it is not so cozy that, you are thinking like this. Because just because you out of love for me, you are thinking that you will be very happy with me in the forest and all that. But it is not so easy. Because if you want to sleep in the night, there will be huge, big sound of all these, waterfalls. You cannot sleep. You have to sleep on, bare floor. All these Hamsaturika, all these Makmal bed and all, Dunlop beds and all will not be available. Will not be available to you. So, in the morning time, you are going, and then, you'll be frightened because of the roar of the animals, lions and, tigers and all. You'll be frightened. Then, you will, while walking also, there will be snakes, there will be scorpions, there will be insects, so many, it's not easy. So you are thinking, I'll enjoy with you in the, lake, but in the lake, there will be, crocodiles. Crocodiles. So it's not so rosy, so you may not, hunger and darkness will break the determination of any sadhaka. So, it's not so rosy. Then Sita ji said, no. My dear Rama, you are speaking about all these krura jantu, all these cruel animals and all. I am no afraid, because they will remain cruel as long as they don't come in front of you. As soon as they see you, they will give up all their cruelty. They will become my friends. Ramchandra said, "Kya karu ye ladki iske saath?" Still he said, Ram said, it's not good for you. I am telling you for your own good. Please take care. Remain here in Ayodhya. Take care of my parents and all. Sita ji said, you don't have to tell me how I should behave with your parents and all, because my father and mother already taught me. But anyway, I don't need that education, because I'm not going to stay with them. So you don't tell me how I should behave with your father and mother in your absence, because there is no question of your absence. Still Ramchandra was very stern, like that. And then Sita ji was crying and crying. Then for a man, there is a Brahmastra. Then ultimate, if you say that to your husband, wife says to her husband, vichalit ho jayega. Then because Ramchandra was not listening to her, then she released a Brahmastra. Right? And she said, Kimtva manyata vaideha pita me mitilapati Rama jamataram prapya striyam purusha vigraham. My father was thinking that he has given my daughter to a man. But he is not knowing that he has given to a woman in the form of a man. Ramchandra, first time, he was, little bit quivered. And then there is Sita ji did not miss the hurt in his eyes. In his eyes. Are, itna pativrata stri, how she can say that, you are a hijra? So it is but Valmiki Muni says that no, out of anger, out of envy or intolerance, she didn't say. Out of pranaya kopa, means out of love only she told, so her pativratya bang nahi hua. Pativratya bang nahi hua. Like that. Then she asked this question that, do you know Rama, my dear Swami, do you know what is heaven and what is hell? What is heaven and what is hell? Ramchandra was wondering, are abhi ek, बाण चलाई अभी और कौन बोलने वाली और क्या बोलने वाली. Then she, without asking for waiting for his reply, she said, my dear husband, wherever you are not there, that is, even if it is Ayodhya, it is hell for me. Wherever you are not there. And then wherever you are there, even if there is a forest, even if it is hell, it is heaven for me. Right? It is heaven for me. So, when we are newly married, you asked me, what do you want? You want anything? Then I told, I want to go to the Ganga Tat, go to the forest, meet with the sages and all, see the animals and all. So that time you became very busy. Now, if there is an opportunity, please take me. So I am not staying here. I will also come with you. Then she embraced Ramchandra. Then she started crying and crying and crying. There is a lake formed of her tears. Right? Then Ramchandra said, okay, cool down. Okay, you come with me. Right? Then Ramchandra praised that, my dear Sita, you spoke such beautifully. Only a pativrata like you can speak. Can speak like that. Very nicely you spoke. I liked the way you spoke very beautifully. Then, please pack your bags. You are coming with me. My dear Sita, actually, I cannot live without you, even for a moment. But already, Acharyas say, so many people, they blame Ramchandra. He has done like this, he has done like this. So they will blame me that, without knowing the opinion of his wife, he has taken her to the forest. I should know your opinion, how determined you are. Because you are so determined, I will take you with me. Then he told one rahasya. My dear Sita, it looks like you have taken birth to live in the forest only. To the forest. So then he declared that I am not afraid of all these demons and animals and krura, jantu and all that. Because just like Swayambhu, he is not afraid of anything. Swayambhu means Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is creating this world. So he is not afraid of anything. So he is declaring, even though he has to act like a human being, he is now declaring to his wife that even just like Swayambhu is not afraid of anything or anybody, I am also not afraid of anything or anybody. Then he is indicating, whoever will be with me, they also will not be afraid. He is giving a proclamation. Don't come like that. Then one thing he said, before going, we have to give whatever possessions we have to give in charity. We have to give in charity. Like that. So they called all the brahmanas, then all the armor, gold and jewelry, everything, whatever they got, they have given in donation to the brahmanas. Then he arranged for 14 years worth salary maintenance to all the staff of his palace, so that they don't have to worry. Then he called all the boys who are studying Vedas, cart full, 70 tons of gold, ornaments and all he gave to the boys. And then 200 bullock carts worth grains, all the necessities they supplied. Right? Like that, everything they sacrificed. And then they went to, here a very beautiful, heart-touching incident takes place. That Darshan Maharaj was telling, don't go, like that. Darshan Maharaj was telling that don't go, you kill me, you arrest me, and then you become the king. Right? You become the king. Ramchandra said, no, I don't want all this. That you provide me, tree barks clothes, narchira bolte hain. So that is, where sages and Rishi Kumaris, they all wear. Like that. So Kaikeyi already arranged, for all these things. Then immediately they brought. So Ramchandra, on the same clothes, they put on those, dresses made of tree barks. And then they brought for Sitaji also, same thing. Sitaji is a daughter of a very great king and daughter-in-law of a great king. And then being loved by 368 mothers-in-law. And then Kaushalya is so fond of Sita that because Sita is such a Sukumari that even if she was walking on soft beds, her feet would become red. That she would always, don't walk. Everything will be supplied to you. Like that, she was taking care of such a beautiful Sukumari lady. Now she is ready to go to the forest. And then she did not know how to wear those clothes. So Ramchandra, he was actually teaching her how to put that clothes. And he was putting her like that. So seeing this scene, everybody's heart broke, including Brahmarshi Vasishtha Muni. Then everybody in the Sabha started crying very loudly and then cursing Kaikeyi. Brahmarshi Vasishtha Muni, who doesn't speak any harsh word, first time he chastised Kaikeyi that Kulapam Shini, you are the worst of your family. Do you have any heart? Sita doesn't deserve to wear this dress. Sita ji is not, she is not asked to go to the forest. She is willingly going to the forest. If Rama is not ruling the kingdom, she is eligible to rule the kingdom. But still she is going. Please, don't degrade yourself. You want to kill your husband. You want to destroy. He said, once Rama will go away, nobody will be there in Ayodhya. You will be alone. Because Bharata, if I know Bharata, he will not accept the kingdom without Ramchandra. Like that. Then Vasishtha Muni declared, Sita ji, he is not going to wear, tree bark, that Vanavastra. Like that. She will wear Pattu Chira, silk sari only. Then Darshan Maharaj, he said, he arranged immediately. 14 years, many people ask, where from she got the jewelry? Right? Where from she got the jewelry? She, because she took the jewelry. Jewelry, sarees, everything she took. And then Lakshmanji, he was carrying all this luggage all the time. Then additional luggage also she got with, Anasuya. Sati Anasuya also she came. Like that. Everybody, they were not giving, then they sat in the chariot and then they were not giving way to the chariot to go. Still, they were praying to the Sumantra, please, drive the chariot a little slow. Already it is very slow. Like that. And then Darshan Maharaj was calling, I will also come, I will also come. Stop, Sumantra, stop, Sumantra. Ramchandra told, don't stop. Then there is a sattva behind. He said, why? Because it will be a lie. What will you ever tell? No, you just tell him that I have not heard. मेरे को सुनाई नहीं पड़ा. Did Ramchandra tell him to tell a lie? I can explain later. So they went and then they went to the Ganga and then they all crossed. Then all that Bharat Milan and all happened. Then when Chitrakoot was, Chitrakoot was a beautiful place. Then Sitaji was thanking Kaikeyi because such a beautiful place, honeymoon spot for them. They enjoy very lonely because Lakshmi Devi complained to Narayana that all the time, somebody is chanting mantras, all these rishis, devatas, they come and, complain. So I am not getting any lonely time with you, quality time with you. Said what to do? Even if you are there alone, this guy, Ananta says she's always with us, So we want some, quality time, to spend time with each other. Narayana said, okay, let us go as Rama and Sita. We'll spend time with each other. So they are getting a time to spend time in Chitrakoot. Very beautiful place. How many of you gone? If you're not gone, go there. Very beautiful place, Chitrakoot. So there, so then because of Bharadwaj, all this Bharat and all they came, they thought, it'll became contaminated. So they went away to the forest. And then Sitaji and Ram, they were enjoying the beautiful life in the forest. And then Sitaji, she became so expert that without disturbing she understood what all things are available in the forest, and then how to take the roots and all. She learned from the animals. She learned how to take out the honey without disturbing the bees. And then she learned how to take the milk of tigress, without invoking her anger. Tiger milk, Gaurav Maharaj says, tiger milk are very, you have to take it in a golden pot, it seems. Like that. And then she learned from elephants to spot the water bodies when there is a heat and there is a short supply of water. So she learned from the birds and the butterflies. So for hours together, she would watch butterflies. And then she was spending quality time with Ramchandra. Like that, she was very, very joyful in the company of Ramchandra, like that. She was not at all sorry that she was consigned to the forest and all that. She was not cursing Kaikeyi. She was not cursing Dasharatha Maharaj, like that. So then finally they came to the ashram of Atri Muni and Anasuya. So Anasuya, she became so enchanted by the beauty of Sitaji. Sitaji, she took her inside, and then she is a very great pativrata stri. Then she told Sitaji one very interesting thing, that because of your bhagya, you are following dharma. Real bhagya is not getting great wealth, not getting great enjoyment. No, real bhagya is to develop the desire to follow dharma. That is why you came with your husband, even though it is very, very difficult. Then Sitaji said, it is not very surprising. My husband is such a great person that if somebody doesn't come with him, is it is very surprising. Otherwise, like that. So, hearing the beautiful words of Sita, Anasuya became very, very attracted to Sita, and then he kissed her on her head. Then he said, ask something, ask something. Out of my tapasya, I will give you something. I will give you something. Then she said, I don't want anything. Just my devotion to my husband is enough. Like that. Then she, out of her tapas shakti, she brought certain things, mangalakara saman, like kunkuma, haldi, then other angaragas, very nice kasturi, all that. And then very nice, beautiful sari, which doesn't become contaminated, because she knew that she has to go to the, this thing, Lanka and all that, live there. So for 1 year, she was wearing the same sari given by Anasuya, which doesn't become contaminated. And then she gave the jewelry, so much jewelry, very expensive jewelry, and then lot of makeup articles. So that she said, you apply all these angaragas and makeup, then you will become more attractive to your husband. Makeup is required, right, for ladies. So then from there they started walking. So they entered Dandakaranya. So when Sitaji told, she was telling her Ramchandra that I will come with you for these years, 1, 3 and 10 will pass on like this. What is the meaning? She didn't say 14 years. She said 1, 3 and 10. She said 10 years in Dandakaranya, 3 years in Panchavati, 1 year in Lanka. She was indicating. Right? She's indicating. Like that. Anyway, so like that they were going. And then this very interesting. Now she has to make up, because she heard Ramchandra that she by saying like this. So now during Karadushana killing, Ramchandra told Lakshman that you take Sita and go inside the cave, like that. So this is the starting. Whenever Ramchandra wanted to kill, any demon, he would not kill in front of Sita. Because Sita is very, very merciful, Jagannatha. If she casts her merciful glance, the demon will not die. The demon will not die. That is why there are reasons why Ramchandra, because he said, because he already indicated to, the sages that I will rid of the entire Dandakaranya forest of the demons. Now he thought, if I hide myself in the cave and, like that, if I allow Lakshman to kill, what everybody will think. Then he has got a personal thing also to settle with Sita, right? And then also, this is also reason that if Sita is seeing, he cannot kill the demons. Like that, he went, he killed Karadushana. Then Sitaji went and embraced Rama very tightly. Then she said, now if my father would see you, he will be very proud that he will give all unlimited girls to you in marriage. Because He knew that, he married me to a real Purusha. Ramchandra's hurt has gone after that embrace of Sita. Like that, later on, she was kidnapped by, So all this, I will finish by telling one pastime that when once Ramchandra was sleeping on the lap of Sita ji, Sita ji. And meanwhile, Jayanta, the son of Devendra, he came in the form of a crow and started biting the chest of Sita. Sita ji tried to shoo him away, but he is not going. Then the blood started flowing, and then that blood fell on the body of Ramchandra. So, because Sita ji did not want to disturb Rama, she was tolerating the pain, But now the blood started flowing, and when the blood touched Ramchandra, Ramchandra got up. Then he saw the blood that is coming from the chest of the Sita. Then immediately Ramchandra became very angry. Then he took a piece of grass, chanted Brahmastra, and threw at Kakasura. And then that Kakasura was going everywhere. He went to Brahma, Indra, everywhere he went. Everybody refused that, I cannot protect. What to do? Then Indra suggested, you go and beg, take shelter of Rama only. Then he went all around. Then he came. Then he became very tired. Then he fell in front, little far from Rama. Like that. Then Sita ji, Jagannatha, out of great compassion, she took the bird, crow, and then kept it at the lotus feet of Ramchandra, and requested him to forgive this, bird. So he said, Brahmastra cannot be wasted. Then Jayanta said, okay. So he took out his eye. That is why these crows, they are blind in one eye. So Acharyas, they comment that if you want to take shelter of Lord Ramchandra without the mercy of Sita ji, you won't get. So Sita ji is very, very kind. Even though he hurt her very badly, and he was not in a position to come to the lotus feet of Ramchandra, that is why even then Sita ji took that bird and then kept it at the lotus feet of Ramchandra. In the same way, we pray to Sita ji. Then, even though we are not qualified, because a father may be very strict and, he will punish the children. But a mother, however bad the son is, she doesn't give up on him. So, she, out of compassion, Bhagavan may see many faults in us, but Sita ji will recommend, no, he has not done any fault. No mistake. Just give him shelter. So today we pray, so that take shelter of Sita ji and pray to the goddess of Sita to give shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Thank you very much. Surdas Prabhu, any comments? You are also building Sitaram DT there? Surdas Prabhu, thank you for giving us association. He is also building a beautiful temple. Sitaram Lakshman will be there.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for this wonderful katha. It's always so nice to hear from you, especially Ram katha, which we heard last time, recently. And while hearing the pastime of Mother Sita and previously also, my personal experience is that all the contamination of mind just goes away. We feel that there's no need of marriage. Only this couple is only couple in the universe. So it was wonderful. I have two questions. One question is that you explained that Satya is above Dharma. And Then to protect Dashrath Maharaj to going to hell, Kaikeyi did all this drama. But we see in Mahabharata that Yudhishthira also took a vow that he will not speak lies. And when Krishna told him to say that Ashwathama is killed, he denied. And due to that, his chariot came down to earth, which was always above the ground. So how do you understand these two?
Oh, that is Karmi's explanation. Smartas, they explain like that.
But Smartas, they explain that
Sir,
Yudhishthira went to hell.
Krishna, you know which is the most beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam? Do you remember? I told you. So there is one beautiful verse. The demigod prays, Satyavratam Satyaparam Trisatyam Satyasya Yonim Nihitam Cha Satye Satyasya Satyam Rutasatya Netram Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapati. So, Prabhupada quoted this verse from Mahabharata that Krishna is Satya, personified Satya, and Satya is Krishna. Right? And then Satya is dependent on Govinda. That is why Krishna is known as Satyam. So whatever Krishna says, that is Dharma. Whatever Krishna does, that is Dharma. Whatever Krishna says, that is Satya. So there is no question of Krishna telling Yudhishthira Maharaj to tell a lie. Because whatever Krishna says, that is Satyam. So his chariot came down not because he told a lie. His chariot came down because he refused to obey the order of Krishna. He argued with Krishna. That is the reason. That is the Vaishnava's explanation.
So exactly the same thing in Ramayana, that Dashrath Maharaj he gave a vow, and if Rama wanted, he could have allowed him to go against that.
Acharyas explain, who is greater, Vasudev or Dashrath Maharaj? Dashrath Maharaj died because of separation from Rama immediately. Right? And then he was standing on, but Vasudev, he told Kamsa that, I will hand over all my sons to you. Right? I will hand over all the sons to you. But he didn't hand over. Right? He didn't hand over Krishna. So, Acharya's comment that Dashrath Maharaj was telling Ramchandra that you arrest me and then you take over. That means he is telling Ramchandra to commit adharma. He is not saying, I don't care for my woes and all. Don't go. There is a difference. So who has got greater love? Nanda Maharaj, they didn't give up their body when Krishna left. And then Dashrath Maharaj left. Right? So greater, because they say Nanda Maharaj and Mata, Yashoda, they have got more love, because even though they are suffering so much, because Krishna told them that, I will come back, that they are waiting. If Krishna comes back and if we are not there, he loves us so much, he will feel very bad. So whatever, it may be troublesome to us. So that is the greater thing. What is the second question?
Second question, you explained that Vedavati appeared as daughter of Kushadhwaja, and you explained who is Sita. Yesterday you explained that Vedavati was exchanged with original Sita before this kidnapping pastime. So I found this apparent contradiction. So can you explain that?
Expansion, Chaya Sita, she became Chaya Sita, like that. So Lakshmi Devi is Sita, and then Vedavati's Amsha entered Sita. Okay, 11 o'clock, Abhishek. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram.